Hello, and welcome back to the Buckeye State Blitz. For once, I'm actually not going to talk about the Bengals. Got something planned for them for next week. But this week, I want to talk about a team that's actually not playing right now. I believe it was John Morosi reported yesterday that the Reds' focus of the offseason was shortstop. And they mentioned a few names that really piqued my interest. He mentioned Andrelton Simmons, Marcus Semien, Trevor Story, and Didi Gregorius. All very well known, notable shortstops that would get the Reds on the map. So let's talk about that. Andrelton Simmons, he's a little older. I think he's been hurt the last couple years. But you pretty well know what he is. He's a defensive wizard. Doesn't do much with the bat. And I think we all know offense is really what they need, especially consistency as far as average and things like that is concerned. While I like Simmons, I think he needs to be a fallback option. If they go after some of these other guys and it doesn't work, then go to Simmons. But then you get to a guy like Semien, who in 2019 finished third in the AL MVP race, had a career year. Then you come to this year, granted 60 games, but he had probably his worst year. Outside of those seasons, you kind of see about what he is. And if you look at his numbers, he's hitting roughly 250, getting on base 310-ish, and a slugging percentage about 400. Now, give you 15 homers, 70 RBIs. Not bad, but not really what you want to pay the 15, probably closer to 20 million that he's going to command. I would probably stay away from him. Unless you're confident that bringing him to Great American Ballpark is going to make him like 2019 Semien, I probably wouldn't do it. Especially when you consider the issues the Reds had hitting last year. You need someone who you know is consistent. Which brings me to the next guy, Trevor Story. Now, he's the only one of this group that is still on a team. He's got 1 year left on his contract. The thing I don't like about that is you're doing the same thing you did last year with Trevor Bauer, saying, let's give up a whole bunch of our farm system to get this one guy we think is going to bring it over the top. You just can't keep doing that. At that point, I'd rather just bring back Bauer. Granted, I really want them to bring back Bauer, but we'll see what happens. Trevor Story is going to command a lot of prospects. And if you extend him to make giving up so much of the system worth it, he's going to command a lot of money. Now, he'd be worth it because you look at his numbers here, he's going to hit about 290, get on base 350, slugging 500 thereabouts, and give you 25, 30 homers, probably 80, 90 RBIs. That's a very, very good player. But giving up so much for him, I don't think I'd do that. Which brings me to the last guy, Didi Gregorius. This would be a reunion of sorts because, as most of us know, Didi Gregorius was signed by the Reds. I think he spent 8 games with the Reds before he was traded. So this will be a fun reunion. Ever since he got his way into New York, he's been a very good player. Outside of his final year in New York, we see what kind of player he's been. You look at the numbers. It's gonna hit 270, 280, get on base about 320, slugging percentage 450, 500. And he's hit multiple 20 homer seasons, gonna knock in 70, 80 RBIs. And he's done that for most of the time since he got to New York. I would gladly have the Reds pay 15, 17 million a year for 2-3 seasons and get that kind of play. Sign me up for that all day. Because Jose Garcia needs time. He needs this minor league season that I hope happens again. So Reds, if your focus is going to be on shortstop, get the consistent one that's not going to kill you. Please bring back Didi Gregorius. We would be very happy. That'll do it for me for this week. I'll talk to you next time.